Oh shit, this is long, bro. Right, let me read some of this. So since the release of 11.1.5 Cooldown Manager feature, we've been listening to your feedback and are excited to share several planned improvements. These updates will enhance functionality, customization, and ease of use. We aim to consistently iterate and improve on the Cooldown Manager, and these enhancements will be included in future World of Warcraft updates. Please note that the features shared here are still being iterated on and can change. Additionally, any images shown are currently wireframes of the user interface, so the final product might look slightly different once it's released on the live realms. Advanced cooldown settings. So I should say, I am actually using this with a lot of my specs right now. I have this enabled. I am a default UI guy for the most part. I mean, I have a damage meter and some very minor things. Like, I have different nameplates because the WoW default nameplates are so bad that I have to get a weak aura. But, or like, you know, a plater. But, I just kind of plug and play with that. But I am using the cooldown manager, and it is very helpful in a lot of areas. So, advanced cooldown settings. One of the strongest pieces of feedback we've received around the cooldown manager was that players want to customize their bars and frames to only show specific abilities or reorder them based on their preference. We're excited to share that we're adding new advanced cooldown settings for players who want to fine-tune and control what their cooldown manager displays. In addition, we are adding a lot more class and specialization abilities that players can opt into tracking, and I assume opt out of. Here are some of the new settings that you can modify to update your cooldown manager with. Pick and choose which spells or abilities you want to display or hide. Change the order that the abilities display on the cooldown manager. Toggle whether mouse over tooltips and ability timers appear. Set whether abilities appear in the Essentials or Utility frame and whether buffs appear as icons or bars. Show unlearned abilities if the player hasn't selected the talent yet, and search for specific abilities. Really great. Oh, that's like a really nice menu. You can just drag and drop what you want, and then you can order them. That's just super simple, easy peasy. Tracked bars. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's lovely. Because right now, like, so if I show you, like, you can't move the order of these. They're just in a set order. You would think in the first iteration they would have had it so you can adjust them, but that's okay, whatever. Wow, that's great. And then you can drag and drop. Reorder can be done inside its own group or between Essential and Utilities groups. Reordering a cooldown will automatically reflect on the HUD. Yeah, that's cool. So you can put it to, like, minor, major. Yeah, love that. Yeah, that's great. I'm really excited that Blizzard are doing this and making it like... Oh, it shows you that you haven't learned it. Show unlearned. Yeah. That's fantastic. I love that Blizzard's making it just in-game. A lot of people are against this, and I think I can bring a different perspective because I'm somebody who hasn't been a big weak aura and add-on guy. So, for me, this is, like, perfectly aimed at me. The reason okay, so the number one thing of, well, why don't you just get the third-party tool? Well, because what if that guy who makes this really sick weak aura pack decides that he no longer wants to invest in that weak aura pack? And now I have to unlearn that and go and learn something else. I guess you could say, well, so why don't you get to the point where you can customize it all yourself and get good at that? But then, like, every time, the big problem is that every single time there's a new patch or a new expansion or whatever, I have to completely recalibrate every single character before I can play them. Things get bricked. If I accidentally delete my one of my folders, my WTF folder or whatever it is, my interface folder, then, or like something like that happens, or if I play WoW on a different PC, I can't play because I'm not used to default. Whereas you can put me on anyone's PC right now in a default WoW install, and I can play. So, I'm cool with that. That's generally why I don't use these things. But if Blizzard's making it, then you know that day one of the patch or the expansion, it's going to go live, and it's ready, and it's where you left it. So that's why I'm really cool with this, because I don't have to worry about a third-party tool. It's the same thing with, like, why not play naughty servers? You know, why not play WoW on a private server? Well, because they could just shut it down any day. I guess Blizzard could technically with WoW, but let's hope that they don't. So default set, I can't really zoom in here. It's not letting me. Default set, yeah, so, okay. With these new customization options, players can track as many or as few abilities as they'd like. In our images below, as you can see, an example of Unholy Death Knight with the default cooldown manager settings, and an example displaying some of the additional upcoming tracking options for abilities. Yeah, okay. Showing more CDs. Yeah, because right now you can only show certain ones. That's going to allow you to choose what you want to track the duration of. That's great. That's really cool. There is a thing right now with like Survival Hunter with Pack Leader where you're summoning these pets and you can't actually track. Like, it tells you when you're going to summon the pet, but it doesn't tell you how long is left on the pet's duration. So knowing that kind of stuff would be really nice. You could do a buff bar and it could drop down, because right now it's only tracking Mongoose Bite, but it's not tracking the duration of those pets. And you might have some really strong ability that you want to use in that last second of Wyvern or something and get that 15% increased damage, or you want to make sure your last ability in your bear is a kill command, etc. And you can't do that right now. You have to like use external tools or like look very in awkward spots. So yeah. Another piece of feedback we've received is that players want the ability to track their damage over time, effects, and other important debuffs on their target with the cooldown manager. We plan to let players opt into tracking their offensive dots in either a new frame or as part of an existing cooldown manager frame. Like the advanced cooldown manager settings, we plan to populate the setting with all potential abilities so players can pick and choose what they want to track. So on CD, target does not have this dot. On CD, target has this dot. Right, okay, yeah. So it's like less opaque. You can see that it's like ticking down. Off CD, target has this dot. Pandemic range. Oh, it's gonna show you pandemic range? Yo. Very interesting. Wow. Very apt for like, well, quite a few classes, really. Yeah, I just don't understand. So on CD, off CD. Right, so it's off CD and the target has it on them. Got it. Okay. Big defensive tracking. From some players, mostly tank classes, we've heard that they want the ability to see if another player has used external abilities or buffs with a duration on them, such as Pain Suppression or Life Cocoon. To support this, we're adding an additional yada 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 yada. They're adding in defensives. Yeah, nice! So big defensive tracking. I think they should also allow you to track players' CC available. So you know, like, right now I found in the current season playing Magic Comp as Boomkin. When I would play Boomkin, people would go, all right, we're going to go Grip, Beam, double DK, double Mage, Druid. And I'm like, I don't know what everybody else's stuff looks like. And when they, like, I don't know what that looks like. If I could track it some way, that would be nice. So defensives, that'd be cool. They're adding sound alerts. Move, left, defensive. Bing. I hate all that shit. I mean, and hey, it's good for people that are like, I don't know, whatever, blind or stuff, but I hate going into a WoW Mythic Plus stream and it's just like, bing, bong. Sounds like a game of Bop It. Additional edit mode customizations, resizing and repositioning elements. Yep, cool. Saving different cooldown manager configurations so you can swap between different types of content. Yeah, cool. And they should also, I don't know if they currently do. I don't think that they do. They should transfer over to like between characters so you can lock it per character and have things in different places per character already preset. So if you change one thing on one character, it doesn't change for all of them. Yeah, that's amazing. That's all really, really, really good positive stuff. They haven't said exactly when it's coming though, right? But it'll be a nice little surprise, I suppose. All really good stuff. I just love I love as well that everything's just in the Blizzard UI, so everything's in like the Blizzard design and everything. I just really like it. Like it sounds really weird and like nitpicky, but something with like LVI, for example, was just everything became a black box, and I just didn't like that. I mean, I don't even like it with my details right now, right? Oh yeah, go for it. Like, detail is just, like, really, like, yeah, jarring. Does it track energy and combo points? I don't know, actually. It doesn't look like it. Right now, it's tracking buffs, essential cooldowns, utility cooldowns, and then tracked bars of things. But that's it at the moment. Yeah, it doesn't... Yeah, I think that's all it's tracking at the moment.